Greetings. Welcome to Lesson 1, Smartboard Basics. To start out with, I'd like to discuss and explain some of the basic components of the smartboard and what is a smartboard. So, this is also taken from the lessons professional development material that's already located on the IT Online website. But instead of having me in front of you, I'm going to explain it with this video cast. Usually when I start out my lessons, after the title slide, I have a teacher notes slide. This is something important to consider as you start to create your lessons. It helps me and helps others understand what this whole lesson is about. And so just in case if it's being shared across the school district or something like that, people can look at this and learn from the whole lesson without browsing through it and try and figure out what was going on. The checklist for this lesson here will cover the first parts in this first segment, components of the smartboard setup. Here's a drawing of the smartboard, and there's a lot more to it than just having that board up there in front of your classroom. The first thing that's most important is down here. Number one is the actual computer. And the computer needs to have a Smart Notebook software installed, but you do not need to use the specific software on that computer to use the board. You can use, in other words, you can use Internet Explorer to browse the web. You can open up PowerPoint and other programs that are installed on your computer. Next, the computer is connected to the LCD projector with what's called a VGA cord. It's a really wide, it's probably the biggest cord that you have connected in the back of your computer. And whatever's on the computer is now being displayed with the projector as opposed to your computer monitor. So then this projects onto something, and in this case, it's a smartboard. So the video is coming from the projector. In most cases, it's coming from the ceiling, with a ceiling mounted projector, and then some classrooms have a projector that's just hanging out from the top of the board. So the smartboard, it acts as the computer monitor, as we just kind of explained, but it can also be used as the mouse, because you use the mouse to point and click on things, including the right click. Typically the left click allows you to select items. With the smartboard, you just use your finger to select items. And then with the mouse, you can also right click to get more options. So up on the smartboard, you'll notice that there are two buttons in the marker tray, and one of them has the picture of a mouse. And that's to right. When you select that button, it will allow for additional options as you select an object on your smartboard. And then another button, one of the two buttons, is a keyboard picture that shows up on there. And once again, this is on the marker tray. And when you select that, a big keyboard appears in your screen, and which is convenient when you have to do a quick search. Otherwise, I would not suggest using the keyboard feature a whole lot, which is why we like to encourage smartboard setups in classrooms to be close to the teacher computer, so that way they can go back and forth as needed quickly and promptly. Because as soon as you give those students a few moments of mess around time, you could lose classroom management there. So once again, the keyboard button on the tray is great for just quick, short typing that you have to do on the board. Anything that you do on the computer, you can do on the board, where you can open programs, you can open save documents or navigate around throughout your computer. So that way, uh, it's you're still the focus of your classroom instruction. You're still up there as you're presenting information, or if you just need to quickly bring up additional material for the kids to work on the smartboard. It's just nice and easy when you can just do everything right there on the board. Smartboard software and the smartboard tools. The combination of those two, it's just brilliant lessons can be created from those from that combination there of the smart notebook software and the tools that come with it. And yes, you'll find out that it takes a little bit of a learning curve or a little bit additional time for creating digital lessons, but the benefits are just incredible. So when you create a lesson in a digital format, that allows you to create lessons that can be reused or reviewed later on in the week or at the end of the month or something before the test, as compared to writing and drawing something up on the marker board and then you have to erase it at the end of the day, and then you think back, oh, what was that thing that we were working on the other day? I wish I had that one interesting information just readily available, but too much work, so we'll just have to bypass that instructional moment. Sorry, just ramping with something that's through my head there. So the digital lessons can be reused at any time, and I also like to use these lessons to help show progress as we have made in the classroom. And then digital lessons can also be posted onto a Moodle site, so that way students can always have access to the instructional material that everyone's using in the classroom. And of course, it's you could say it's easy to share these lessons as well. And for example, you can use the Teacher Connection website to post some of the smart notebook lessons that you've created. So that way everyone can benefit from the effective lessons that you've created. And then another important component of smart notebook lessons is that you can integrate audio, MP3 files to be exact. If you're not sure what that is, let's just say usually when you have an iPod or some kind of MP3 audio device, it's in that format, and that's what Smart Notebook likes to play. And also video. You can embed video within a Smart Notebook lesson, so that way you don't have to browse the internet, and then the kids don't have to watch you monkey around with your internet browser and stuff like that. Instead, you can just have the video connected directly right in the Smart Notebook lesson, right on the slide. So all you have to do is just click play. And a quick 1 to 2 minute video can be very effective, so that way students have a better understanding. We'll explore more of that kind of stuff in other professional development opportunities with the Smart Notebook. And once again, collaboration, interaction. Collaboration where you're sharing effective instructional material with your colleagues so that we all are on the same page and we're all trying to promote excellent instruction. And then the Smart Notebook lessons also encourage more students' engagement and active learning. In fact, you'll notice quite the difference in your classroom instruction. From my experience, the students have a tendency of just being at the edge of their seat, just wanting and desiring to go up there to the smartboard and show what they know, or at least try. And it's kind of channels out the whole stress of being in front of the class, and instead it's something fun and engaging and for the students. One more thing I'd like to demonstrate here is where it locates the actual software. When you go to the lower left corner of your window, you either have Start, or with Windows 7 you have a button that you click on. And so if you go to Start and All Programs and look for Smart Technologies, and then you'll see the icon that's blue with a white circle inside of it. You just click on that, and then the software starts up. One thing that's a little different here with Smart Notebook 11, this is what the actual software program is. The one that I almost clicked on there was from the previous version, and as it says right here, is for the Smartboard tools, but we're not going to discuss that right now. But to start out the software is Smart Notebook 11 right here, blue icon with looks like a white sheet of paper right there.